Serena's face contorted with rage. You will regret this, she seethed. I will make sure Damon sees what you really are. The following week, Serena executed her malicious plan. She knew Damon kept cash in a safe in his home office, having memorized the combination. While Damon was at work and Alara was upstairs with Ethan, Serena gained entry to the mansion, feigning a need to retrieve papers for Damon. She entered his office, opened the safe, and removed $5,000 in cash. Then, she secreted the money in Alara's room, tucked away in a drawer with her clothes. That evening, Serena waited for Damon. Damon, she cooed, her smile saccharine, I think you need to check your safe. I think some money might be missing. What do you mean? Damon asked, puzzled. Just check, Serena urged. I hope I'm wrong, but I think you have a thief in the house. Damon went to his office, counted the cash in his safe. $5,000 was indeed gone. Someone has been in my safe, he said, surprise and hurt in his voice. Oh no, Serena feigned shock. Who could have done such a thing? Damon felt a knot of confusion. Only a handful of people knew the combination. Alara didn't, but had she seen him open it? Maybe we should search the house, Serena suggested innocently. Just to be sure. Damon didn't want to believe Alara was capable of such a thing, but the money was gone. He had to investigate. Alara, he called, can you come downstairs, please? Alara descended, Ethan nestled in her arms, her brow furrowed with concern at Damon's troubled expression. Is everything okay? Alara, Damon began, his voice carefully measured, some money is missing from my safe. Do you know anything about it? Alara's head shook vehemently. No, of course not. I didn't even know you had a safe. Well, the money is gone, Serena interjected. Maybe we should look around the house. That's not necessary, Alara said, her voice firm. If you think I stole your money, just search my room. Damon felt a pang of guilt, but he had to know the truth. They went to Alara's room. Serena, feigning assistance, went straight to the drawer where she'd hidden the money. What's this? She exclaimed, pulling out the stack of cash. Alara's face drained of color. I don't know how that got there. I swear I didn't take that money. Damon's heart shattered. He had begun to trust Alara, perhaps even to love her, but the evidence lay undeniable before him. Alara, he said sadly, how could you do this? I trusted you. Damon, please believe me, Alara pleaded, tears streaming down her face. I didn't steal anything. Someone put that money in my room. Who would do that? Damon asked, his gaze shifting between the two women. Alara looked directly at Serena, whose secret smile was now a smirk. I think Serena put it there. That's ridiculous, Serena scoffed, her voice laced with feigned indignation. Because you want to get rid of me, Alara countered, her voice trembling but resolute. Damon was torn. The money was in Alara's room, yet her distress seemed genuine. Alara, he said, his voice heavy with despair, I think you should pack your things and leave. What about Ethan? Alara asked desperately. Ethan can stay here, Damon said, his resolve hardening. I will take care of him. Alara's world crumbled. If you're a thief, then you are not fit to be a mother, Serena declared cruelly. Alara wept uncontrollably. Damon, please. I know this looks bad, but I'm innocent. Don't separate me from my baby. A part of Damon yearned to believe her, but the evidence was overwhelming. I need time to think, Damon said. Alara, you can stay tonight, but tomorrow you need to leave. That night, sleep eluded Alara. She clutched Ethan close, her silent tears soaking his soft blanket. The cruelty of being framed, of facing separation from her son, was almost unbearable. Meanwhile, Serena reveled in her triumph. Her plan had succeeded. Soon, Alara would be gone, and Damon would be hers alone. But Serena remained oblivious to the silent witnesses that had recorded her every move. The next morning, Damon prepared to send Alara away. But before he did, a nagging doubt prompted him to check his security cameras. He went to his security room and began reviewing the footage from the previous week, watching as scenes from different cameras unfolded. Then, a chilling sight sent a jolt through him. On the camera positioned in the hallway near his office, Damon saw Serena entering his office when no one else was home. She carried something in, but her hands were empty as she exited. Then, he switched to the camera showing the upstairs hallway. He watched Serena enter Alara's room, emerging moments later, furtively glancing around to ensure she was unobserved. Damon felt a wave of nausea. Serena had framed Alara. She had stolen his money and planted it in Alara's room to make her look guilty. He rushed upstairs to find Alara, who was quietly packing her belongings as Ethan slept in his crib. "Alara, stop packing," Damon said urgently. "Damon, please don't make this harder than it has to be," Alara replied, her back to him. "Alara, look at me," Damon pleaded, his voice gentle. "I know you didn't steal the money." Alara turned, her eyes wide with surprise. "What?" "I checked the security cameras," Damon explained. "I saw Serena plant the money in your room." Alara burst into fresh tears, but this time, they were tears of immense relief. "You believe me?" she whispered. "I'm so sorry I doubted you," Damon said, remorse heavy in his voice. "I should have trusted you from the beginning." Damon immediately called Serena, instructing her to come to the house. When she arrived, her face was alight with malicious glee. "Did you get rid of that little thief?" Serena asked, a smug smile playing on her lips. "Yes," Damon said calmly, his voice dangerously even. "I got rid of the thief, Serena. You are under arrest." Serena's face went chalk white. "What are you talking about?" Damon showed her the security camera footage on his laptop. Serena watched, aghast, as her own deceit unfolded on the screen, stealing the money, planting it in Alara's room. "I can explain," Serena stammered, her voice trembling. "There is nothing to explain," Damon said, his voice cold and unwavering. "You are a liar and a thief. You tried to destroy an innocent woman and separate a mother from her child." The police arrived swiftly and arrested Serena. As the handcuffs clicked into place, she screamed at Damon, her face contorted with rage. "You will regret this." Serena shrieked. "That beggar will never love you the way I do." "Good," Damon replied calmly, "because I don't want the kind of love that comes with lies and cruelty." After Serena was taken away, Damon found Alara in the garden with Ethan, sitting beneath a sprawling oak tree. "It's over," Damon told her gently. "Serena is gone forever." "I'm so sorry you had to go through that because of me," Alara said, her voice still shaky. "You have nothing to apologize for," Damon said, his gaze softening. "I'm the one who should be sorry. I should have protected you from her." That evening, after Ethan was finally asleep, Damon and Alara sat together in the quiet living room, the weight of their shared experiences hanging in the air. "Alara," Damon began, his voice barely above a whisper, "I need to tell you something." Alara's heart began to pound. "What is it?" "When I first brought you here," Damon confessed, "I thought I was merely fulfilling my responsibility as Ethan's father. But somewhere along the way, everything changed." Alara's breath hitched. "I started looking forward to coming home every day," Damon continued, his eyes meeting hers. "Not just to see Ethan, but to see you too. I love the way you hum while you're cooking. I love the way you talk to Ethan like he understands every word. I love how brave and strong you are." Tears welled in Alara's eyes. "Damon," she whispered, "are you saying what I think you're saying?" "I'm saying that I love you, Alara," Damon declared, his voice filled with a profound sincerity. "Not because you are Ethan's mother, but because of who you are. You are kind, honest, and real in a way that no one else in my world is." Elara had been falling in love with Damon too, but fear had held her back, the fear that he could never truly care for someone from her background. "I love you too," Elara whispered, her voice thick with emotion. "I tried not to, because I thought you could never really care about someone from my background. But I can't help it." Damon took Elara's hand in his grip firm and reassuring. "Your background doesn't matter to me," he said. "What matters is your heart. And you have the most beautiful heart I've ever known." 6 months later, Damon and Elara's love had blossomed, strengthening with each passing day. They were a true family now, bound not just by Ethan, but by a conscious choice to build a life together. Damon, for weeks, had meticulously planned a momentous occasion. He wanted to ask Elara to marry him, and it had to be perfect. One evening, Damon led Elara into the garden, a look of anticipation on his face. As they stepped outside, Elara gasped. Hundreds of flickering candles illuminated the entire yard, casting a soft, golden glow. Flowers adorned every surface, and the strains of soft music drifted on the air. "Damon, what is all this?" Elara whispered, her eyes wide with wonder. Damon sank to one knee, pulling out a sparkling diamond ring. "Elara Vance," he began, his voice filled with emotion, "9 months ago, you irrevocably changed my life. You gave me the greatest gift I've ever received, our son, Ethan. But more than that, you taught me what real love truly feels like." Elara's happy tears flowed freely. "You showed me that love isn't about money or status," Damon continued, his gaze unwavering. "It's about choosing to care for someone every single day, no matter what happens." He held up the ring. "Elara, will you marry me? Not because we have a child together, but because I want to spend the rest of my life loving you." "Yes," Elara sobbed through her tears. "Yes, I'll marry you." Damon slipped the ring onto Elara's finger and kissed her. At that moment, the faint cry of Ethan echoed from inside the house. They both laughed, a shared joy radiating between them, and rushed inside to check on their son. Ethan had woken, his small eyes searching for his parents. 3 months later, Damon and Elara exchanged vows in a beautiful, intimate ceremony in the very garden where he had proposed. It was a heartfelt affair, perfect in its simplicity. Elara, radiant in a flowing white gown, looked ethereal. Damon, in a sharp black suit, couldn't stop smiling. Ethan, adorable in a tiny tuxedo, toddled around, trying to grab at the floral arrangements. Damon's business associates and friends, initially surprised by his choice, were quickly won over by Elara's grace and the palpable happiness emanating from Damon. They extended warm welcomes. Elara, in turn, invited individuals from the homeless shelter where she had once sought refuge, a testament to her unwavering humility. They beamed with pride, witnessing her incredible journey. As the minister asked them to pledge their love and honor, both Damon and Elara, tears glistening in their eyes, uttered a heartfelt, "I do." "You may kiss the bride," the minister announced. As Damon kissed Elara, a wave of applause erupted, and Ethan clapped his tiny hands, giggling with delight. After the ceremony, Damon delivered a poignant speech. "A year ago," he began, "I believed wealth was defined by money and possessions. But Elara taught me that true wealth lies in the people who love you unconditionally." Elara then spoke, her voice clear and strong. "I once thought the worlds of the rich and the poor were forever separate," she shared. "But love builds bridges between all worlds. Damon didn't just give me a home, he gave me hope." 5 years after that fateful sunny day when Ethan was born outside the mansion gate, the Sterling family thrived, happier than ever. Ethan, a bright and compassionate boy, adored both his parents. He loved listening to Damon's stories of business acumen and Elara's tales of unwavering courage. Elara had established a foundation dedicated to assisting homeless pregnant women. Leveraging Damon's resources, she created safe houses, offering refuge, job training, and educational opportunities. "I never wanted another woman to endure what I went through," Elara told reporters, her voice resonating with empathy. Damon, in turn, found more pride in Alara's foundation than in any business deal he had ever brokered. One evening, as they relaxed on their living room couch, Ethan played contentedly on the floor. "Mommy," Ethan piped up, "tell me the story again about how you and Daddy met." Alara and Damon exchanged loving smiles. "Well," Alara began, "it was a very sunny day, and Mommy was walking down the street selling plantains." "And then what happened?" Ethan asked, though he knew the story by heart. "Then you decided it was time to be born," Damon interjected, a twinkle in his eye, "right outside our front gate. And Daddy helped deliver me," Ethan exclaimed, his face alight. "That's right," Alara confirmed. "And that's how we became a family." "But the best part," Damon added, pulling Ethan onto the couch between them, "is that we stayed a family because we learned to love each other." "I love our family," Ethan declared, snuggling into his parents' embrace. "We love our family too," Alara and Damon echoed, their voices filled with boundless affection. And so, they lived happily ever after, not because their lives were without challenges, but because they faced every obstacle hand in hand, united by love, trust, and an unwavering hope for the future. Their story is a powerful reminder that love can blossom in the most unexpected of places, defying past circumstances and proving that true wealth is found not in possessions, but in the cherished bonds we forge and the love we choose to share.